Hi guys, happy new month to you all. I wish you all the best and I want to say a very big thank you for my birthday wish yesterday. So today's video we're going to go straight to the point. I want you to pay attention on the detail on the shirt that we're going to be making, okay? It has a drawstring waist, it has a double cover for button, okay? And yes, it has a collar as well. So this is a shirt top, okay? It doesn't have a sleeve. The side is open, okay? So on the table, this is the fabric that I'm going to be using. We already saw it, okay? So this is 1 yard of fabric. This is a light, very lightweight cotton material, okay? So you're going to look at to get a very lightweight material. You can use chiffon, you can use organza, you can use a very light crepe material, lightweight crepe, okay? So these are my tools I'm going to be making use of. I have gone ahead to iron this fabric, and also I'm going to be taking out the measurement I needed, okay? So the width of this top is your round hip circumference. That is all you need. Your round hip circumference all the way down. So that is my round hip circumference plus 0.5 inch joining allowance, okay? Not joining the fold, okay, to fold in the rough edges. That is what you need. So now that I have done cutted, take my measurement and I have drawn that line. So I'm going to be taking the length of the top that I want. This is 31 inches. I'm going to use 1 inch for folding. So the total length of my top is going to be 30. Okay. So I'm going to trim off this excess that I don't need it. So this part is my pattern, or this is the back pattern, rather, the back pieces. So while I've done with the back, move on to the front. Okay, the front is going to be wider than the back because of the button allowance, okay? So I'm going to be marking 3.5 inch allowance from the front, okay, from the center front. And this is on fold, okay? So once I done taking this 3.5 inch, I'm going to take this line all the way down, okay? So once I'm done, I'm going to get the back pattern, bring it back to the front piece, okay? Place it on top just the way you see me doing. Make sure you place it on the part where you draw that line, okay? Arrange it proper and place it there. So now you have your front piece and the back piece. So the front piece is 13.5 inches, while the back piece is 11 inches, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do now, from the shoulder line, I'm going to go down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. Okay, from that shoulder line, I'm going to mark 0.25 for my neck width, okay? I'm taking 0.25 for my neck width, and then I'm going to connect it from the shoulder slope down to the neck width. Alright guys, so I'm taking my measurement from the center back, not the center front, okay? So I'm going to impute my neck depth. My back neck depth is 1.5 inches. I'm going to mark it there. And then my front neck depth is 3 inches, and then I'm going to mark it here. So I'm going to first of all connect my back neck depth first before I will work on the front. So the next thing, I'm going to be imputing my bust length measurement, okay? From my shoulder to my bust line is 10 inches. Then I'm going to be taking my under bust measurement, my waist measurement. So this measurement is optional. It depends. If you know exactly where you want to place your drawstring, you can just go straight to the point. Take your measurement from the shoulder to your waist, or from the shoulder to your under bust where you want to place your drawstring, and then you just stop it from there, okay? So I impute all this measurement for a tutorial preference. So but I'm going to be making use of my waist. That is where my drawstring is going to be, okay? So I added 0.5 inch from the shoulder to join my back and my front piece together, okay? And then from the front, I also extend the 3 inches neck drop from the front to connect my line, as you can see. So once I'm done certified with all my measurement, then I trim off all the necessary part I don't want, and that is it. As you can see, I make a notch from the waistline where my drawstring is going to be. So from the front piece, I separated it into two so that we can start working with to create the button allowance, okay? So one side is going to be 1.75 bigger than the one side. So that part that is going to be smaller than the one side is going to be the part where my button is going to be, which is this partner that I'm working on. Okay, I took out as 1.75 away, and then I'm going to trim this off. Okay guys, so once I'm done from this part, okay, we're going to be working on the second part where the buttonhole is going to be. So the first line I'm going to draw now is to mark 0.5 inch at the first line. Okay, so this line that I'm going to be drawing is going to be a guideline for me when I'm going to fold in the button, fold in the allowances that I'm going to like to create the button hole channel. Okay, so I mark 0.75 and I also another 0.75 again. So the next one is 1 inch. Okay, I mark 1 inch. So, and I'm going to draw this line to make it bold so that you understand what I'm doing. Okay, so the next thing now, once I'm done drawing this line, I'm going to extend this line all the way down. Okay, so we have 0.5 inch on this line, and then I'm going to mark 0.5 inch at the last line. Okay, and I will extend this line all down. So I have done extend my line all the way down, as you can see. Okay, so let me start from the for the one side, the part where the button is going to be. I mark 0.5 inch for the first line, and then the second line I mark 0.75, and the last line is 0.3 or 0.25 rather. Okay, so the total width from here is 1.75. So I splitted this line. So when I'm going to create my button, the part where I'm going to place my button, I'm going to fold in like this. Okay, with iron. I'm going to iron this part just the way you see me fold it. First of all, you take it from the 0.5 inch first, and then you take it all the way to the last line. So back to the front, let me go back again. Okay, 0.5 inch the first line, 0.75 twice, and then 1 inch once, and then the last line we don't need it. Okay, it's not, we are not going to be fold on it. So the part where we are going to fold on first is where the 1 inch line stop. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up like this, like you see me doing, so that I can make a notch there, because that is the part where I'm going to start by making my fold. Okay, so I'm going to pick it up like just the way you see me doing. If you don't understand my explanation, please watch very closely on what I'm doing. Okay, I'm sure that the video from what I'm doing, you should be able to understand exactly what I'm doing if you don't understand my explanation. Okay, so I have made that notch there. Then move back to the front. Okay, I'm going to also, you know that I first of all mark 0.75, right? So from that 0.75 mark, I'm going to pick it up again, not from the 0.5 inch, it's from the 0.75, the second line that I took after the 0.5 inch. Okay, so I made that notch there so that when I'm going to iron it, I will know where I'm going to be picking up. Okay, so this line that you see me touching is the first line that I'm going to start by my folding, and this is the second line that I'm going to fold, which is the part where I made my notches. Okay, so now I'm going to start by ironing. So as you can see, the part where I'm ironing, this is the part where my button is going to be. Okay, so you see I pick up from the 0.5 inch first, and then I take it all the way to the part where that 0.5 inch, the last line that I drew out. Okay, that last line that I didn't take the line all the way down. Okay, please, if you don't understand it, you can rewatch it again all over again so that you will understand it proper. All right, I have done with the part where my button is. Now this is the part where my buttonhole is going to be. So this part now where I'm pointing my finger on, okay, this is where I'm going to start my folding, and which is the part where I actually made a notch. Okay, so I'm going to first of all start by folding from this part. So I forgot to add the interfacing on this. So while I was making a buttonhole, it actually rolled the dress. Okay, but not so much, but I thank God it wasn't a customer clothes. So yeah, but next time when I'm going to make it, I'm going to make sure I iron So remember to iron interfacing on the part where the buttons hole are going to be before you continue, okay? So the next now I'm going to, so the total width that remains after folding this line, it remains 0.75. Okay, so now I'm going to be marking 0.75. Sorry, the total width is 1.75, okay? So I'm going to be taking out 0.75 away. The total width is 1.75. So I'm going to be taking out that 1.75, which is this line that I'm drawing out, okay? Once if you take that 0.75 away, and then you're going to draw this straight line. So this straight line that I draw now, I'm going to go back to my sewing machine and I'm going to draw a stitch on that straight line, okay? So marking 0.75 inward, not outside, okay? Not the outer part, the line that is inside the, okay? I hope you understand this. So I'm going to stop a top stitch on this part here. So I have done that. The same thing I'm going to do, stop stitch on the back, the second piece, which is the second front piece, which where my button is going to be. Okay, I have done stop stitch it, as you can see. Okay, so the part that is smaller is the part where your buttonhole is going to be, not the bigger size, okay, not the bigger part, okay. So now that I have done with this, and also did the same thing, I stop stitch this part. So I'm going to get my back piece like you see me doing. I'm going to open it, okay, open the right side facing up, and then I'm going to get my front piece so that I can join it to my back piece, so that I can go back and join the shoulder together, okay. I'm going to place the right side facing the right side like you see me doing, and then I'm going to pin it. So I'm going to pin it through. The same thing is I'm going to do to this part also. I'm going to place it like that, and then I'm going to pin it. So once I'm done pinning it, I'm going to go to my sewing machine and join it with 0.5 inch allowance that I kept, okay. So move on to the strap. That's the channel where the strap is going to go through, okay. So I cut out a pieces that measure 1.5 inch width, and then the length doesn't matter. You can just cut out a long rectangle like this, but let the width be 1.5 inch wide, okay. Then once you've done make this create your bias, then you can just cut it to the length of the length of how you want your strap or your bias, the drawstring to be. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Okay, so this is mine. You will need 4 pieces of this bias, because this is the elastic, sorry, why am I calling elastic? A strap channel where you're going to fix it to your waistline, okay, as you can see on the screen, on the picture on the screen, okay. So I'm making this, and sorry, I didn't know that the camera was not capturing most of the part, so yeah, forgive me. So I'm going to prepare my bias like this. And also I have also gone ahead to cut out 4 pieces. I cut out 4 pieces of strap, and I also made my strap. So if you don't know how to make a strap, yeah, please indicate on the comment section. I will show you. I will make a quick video show you how I did it, okay. But this is how I made my bias. And I'm going to be fixing my elastic on my strap on, okay. So these are the strap that I'm talking about. I have gone ahead to make my strap, and it's 4 pieces, okay. So this is the last, my goodness, this is the strap channel that I'm going to be sewn on the waistline where my drawstring is going to be, okay. I'm going to use it to hide my drawstring. So I have made 3 of it, so the remaining 1, so I'm going to go and do this off camera. So I have done with my create my the channel where my drawstring is going to be, okay. So I'm going to place my tape on my waistline, and I'm going to mark 6 inches inward, just the way you see me, okay. So I have done taking the measurement. So let me show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to place my strap like you see me doing, okay, and then my strap channel together, and then I'm going to stop stitch it just the way you see me directing on the picture or on the video, okay. So the same thing I'm going to do to all the pieces. So that aside, I have done join this one. Okay, I have gone ahead to join it off camera. So this is how it's looking at the moment. Okay, so we are almost done. So the next thing now, we are going to be working on the collar. But first of all, this is what I did so far. I hope you understand what I'm explaining. I hope you understand what I'm explaining. Okay, so this is the drawstring. This is how it's going to look like. So those small bias that we created is for this purpose. Okay, so now that we are done, I need to take my round neck round neck circumference, so that I can know how many inches I need to cut out to cut out my collar. Okay, first I'm going to place the shoulder to shoulder so that I can get accurate measurement, just the way you see me doing. So I'm going to arrange it like this. From the shoulder line, I'm going to be taking the measurement all the way to the center front. So I got 5 inches here. Okay, 5 inches. And then I'm going to come back again from the shoulder. I'm going to take it all the way to the center back, which I got 3.75. All right. So when you times this number together, that is 8.75. The total is 17.5 inches length. Okay, the length is 17.5 inches for my neck collar. So I have these pieces here already. I have gone ahead to iron my interfacing on it, and the width of it is 10 inches, while the length is about 20 inches because I want it more longer so that I will be on the safe side. Okay, so it's on fold right now, and it's on fold, which is 5 inches. Okay, so and I also fold it again twice so that I can get my neck width measurement. So from that part where it's fold, I'm going to be taking the width of my collar, which is 3 inches. So this 3 inches is also applied together with my joining allowance. Okay, so at the end of the day, I'm going to have a total of 2.5 inches once I've done take out the joining allowance, which is 0.5. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking the length of my collar, that is my round neck width, okay, which is 17.5. So when you divide it by 2, it's 8.75. Okay, so here is my 8.75 and 3 inches length. Okay, or 3 inches length. And this is how wide I want my collar to be. So 8.75 right there, and then I'm going to add 0.5 here for joining allowance. Okay, I'm going to connect it, place my tape or my ruler slightly like that and connect it. But before I do that, let me show you how, or let you know how many inches I use for the extension. Okay, that is for the extension of my collar. Okay, as you can see, my collar is pointing. Okay, so I added additional 2.5 inch. Okay, I mark 8.75 and then I add 2.5 inch. Then from that 2.5 inch, I place my tape and my French cuff slightly, and then I connect it. So at this point, you have the opportunity, or you have the option to create as long as the how pointed you want your collar to be. Okay, so this is how pointed I want mine to be. I don't want it to be too long. So yeah, this is what I got. Okay, so this is my collar. Okay, so I'm going to, so as you can see, the part where the interfacing is. Okay, so the part where interfacing is not is the part where I'm going to fold in with 0.5 inch allowance. So this 0.5 inch allowance I'm joining, I'm going to use it to pipe in, or I'm going to use it to cover up the rough edges while I've done join it to the shirt. Okay, so I have gone ahead to iron this part. So the part where the interfacing is, I just iron it for a guideline so that when I'm going to join it, I know that that is where I need to follow up with the stitching. And now that I'm trying to fold it back here to stitch in close up the side like this, it also helped me to know where the 0.5 inch stop. Okay, so if you fold in like this, it should guide you through when you're going to fold back, turn it to the wrong side to stitch down the side. Okay, so I'm going to pin it like this all the way up. What I did here, I'm going to repeat it on this side as well. Okay, place it to the part where the 0.5 inch stop, and then you're going to pin it from there. So once I done this pin, I'm going to go back to my sewing machine and stop stitching with 0.5 inch allowance, and then I will be back. Okay, So I have done join it, okay? So this is how it's looking like. So let me turn it to the right side. So before you do that, try to make a notch and cut off the rough excess that is going to eliminate this part to become pointing, okay? So cut that part on, and then you're going to flip it to the right side and try to bring out that tip, that sharp tip up, okay? While you are at it, please be careful not to punch through, so that you will not go and spoil your collar, okay? So just be extremely careful. Like mine, I use a hand stitching needle, so that is what I use to bring out my own. So once I'm done like this, I'm going to iron it so that I can fit it back to my shirt. So this is how it's looking like after I have done iron it proper. So the next thing, I'm going to get my shirt, and then I'm going to place it like this, okay? I'm going to place the right side facing the right side, the part where the interfacing is, okay? I'm going to place it to the center front, just the way you see me doing, and I'm going to pin it down, okay? I'm going to pin it so that we can go back to the sewing machine to join it with the 0.5-inch allowance that we actually kept for the collar, okay? So now that I've done pin it, so going back to the sewing machine now to join it. So now I'm on the sewing machine now. We are going to start by joining it with 0.5-inch allowance, okay? So you have to be careful from here so that you not stitch the collar together, okay? So once I'm done with the joining like this, and then I'm going to then pipe in this part. So this is the part where I told you that 0.5-inch that we fold from the part where there is no interfacing. Yeah, so you're going to use that part now to piping in or hide in all the rough edges from the collar, just the way you see me doing, okay? From the joining, hiding all this joining, and then I'm going to stop stitch it. So once I'm done with the stop stitch, I'm going to head back to my ironing table. So while I was stop stitching here, my phone went off, so it stopped the video. I could not finish this part to film this part, okay? So sorry about that, but I hope you understand what I did here. So this is the outcome of it. It's looking so nice and clean. I so much love it. So once the next thing now, I'm going to take the measurement or mark the length of where my button is going to be, and then I'm going to fix my button and then fold in the edges with 1-inch allowance that I kept earlier, okay? So thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, please help me share this video, help me like this video, and leave your comment below. Subscribe if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, and I hope you recreate this dress. If you do, please, I want to see your recreation.